So what's up guys, it's Jake here and I'm here with another transfer video looking at a lot of important deals that I've gone through in the last week and see how it's going to impact on FIFA 19. So if you're new around here and you like the content, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And let's get into the video. And the biggest transfer last week was definitely Alisson, who was joined from AS Roma to Liverpool. And Liverpool once again have broke the record for the transfer fee paid for a goalkeeper. They've already broke it for the centre back with the signing of Virgil van Dijk, and now they broke it for Alisson as well. So in terms of football, Liverpool finally have a world-class goalkeeper in my opinion. Ever since they got Mignolet, it's not been a greatest part of their football. In terms of their performance on the pitch, Mignolet is a decent goalkeeper, and Carriers, who has been improvement over the last season as well. So I think Alisson is a definitely step upgrade for Liverpool, and I think Liverpool finally have the complete squad along with Manchester City, and it's going to be one hell of a Premier League season this campaign as they look as the complete package. So in terms of Ultimate Team, Alisson has an unimpressive 80 rated card with half a decent stats, but I think this year is gonna get a big upgrade. I predicted him to get an 85 rated card, and that card looks really impressive. And we still got a couple of Brazilians to deal with, and the first guy is being Malcom. And Barcelona not only stealing Malcom from the hands of AS Roma, but also got one hell of a bargain in my opinion. The Brazilians are mighty expensive, but I think Malcom is one hell of a high potential wonder kid. And at 21, he's still got long years to go in his footballing career, and he's only going to improve. And in terms of Ultimate Team, he currently has an 82 rated card, but started this year with a 79 rated card, and from that he's going to get a big boost to probably an 84 rated card in my opinion. And that card looks really good, So another Brazilian is Alisson, who has moved clubs in the Premier League from Watford to play for Everton for just under 50 million euros. And if you ask me, it's a big gamble by Everton. Everton are really good at developing young players, but they're not good on their transfer window buys. They got Bolasie for around 30 million. They got Keane. Never really worked out the big signings for Everton, but I hope Alisson works out for Everton this time. He's a very interesting prospect. He had a very decent season with Watford. Early in the first half of the season, second half of the season, Watford did not get going at all. So I really hope it's a good step for Alisson to prove his talent. And in terms of Ultimate Team, he should get a high 70 rated card. So another Sporting player who has moved out of the Liga NOS is Gelson Martins, who has decided to move to the Liga Santander to play for Atletico Madrid. And Atletico Madrid this season have got a decent left mid and a right mid, so it's going to be a very interesting season now in terms of Ultimate Team. You're going to be seeing a lot of Atletico Madrid teams. They never really have a good wingers, Atletico Madrid, so this year is going to be different for them. And Gelson Martins is going to be a very good signing for Atletico Madrid in my opinion. 13 goals and 13 assists last campaign should get him a decent 83 rated card, and that card looks really good. So João Moutinho has signed for Wolves, and Wolves have signed another Portuguese player, and an absolute bargain if you ask me. Moutinho is a very experienced box-to-box midfielder, and for 6 million is one hell of a bargain. So in terms of Ultimate Team, I think he will get around the same rated card. And another important signing for the Premier League recently promoted club Fulham is Andre Schürrle, who has returned to the Premier League to play on loan for Fulham from Borussia Dortmund. And Schürrle is definitely a proven goal scorer, and it's a great addition for the newly promoted side. So speaking of arrivals to the Premier League, we got one departure from the Premier League. This time is Klaassen from Everton, who has decided to move to the Bundesliga to play for Werder Bremen. And surely at Everton didn't work out last campaign. He didn't get enough game time in the Everton first team. So this time he has decided to move, and he will be desperate to get his career back on track at the Bundesliga side. And Sevilla signed a young centre-back from the Ligue 1. It's kind of to replace Lenglet, who was departed for Barcelona. And the price of this deal was around 15 million. And he looks to be a very good young option for Sevilla. So Roma, trying to replace Alisson, has signed Robin Olsen, who had a very good World Cup campaign. And his performance in the World Cup should get him a goal-rated card for FIFA 19. So next player is Diego Rico, who has joined for AFC Bournemouth. The Spanish left-back is a decent addition for the Cherries in my opinion, who continue to impress a lot of people in the Premier League. So Fabian Schär is the next player who has moved to the Premier League to play for Newcastle United, and Newcastle United haven't got a lot of transfer going on in the transfer window, and they have signed the Swiss centre-back for just under 4 million. And Brighton and Hove Albion are having a great time in this transfer window so far. They've signed 2 players and they have signed an interesting right winger from the Eredivisie who had a very belter of a season last campaign. 22 goals and 14 assists for a winger is a really good tally, and I have no idea how to say that name. So the transfer fee of this player was around 20 million, and he's gonna get one hell of a card in the FIFA 19. And Brighton have also signed a very versatile defensive-minded player from Lille, and he looks to have a lot of potential in him. He might be a goal next year, or he might be a 74 weighted silver. So that's all the transfers in this episode, guys. I'll meet you with another bunch of transfers next week. So until then, I'll see you later.